Right, good afternoon everyone. So I'm down here, or I'm out at our hired ground that we recently got. We planted oats and rye and triticale, and yeah, that was pretty much it. We did one half to oats and rye and one half to oats, rye and triticale. I apologize for the wind. I'm gonna hide here behind the tractor, but Ted asked me to dig a hole and compare these swirls to our swirls at home, at our home farm basically. So that's what I'm going to do quick, just to see the difference between soils that were worked recently and our swirls at home that we haven't worked for about the last 20 years or over 20 years. So I'm going to be digging a hole here. This field was bush and like a very rough kind of wild grass that grows here. We burnt it off. We burnt all the bush and the grass off, and then we had to chisel plow it to break up the roots of the old grass that we burnt off and the bushes. So we chisel plowed it, and once we chisel plowed it, we actually chisel plowed it twice, and then we disked it twice, and then we planted behind that. So I'm gonna be digging a hole here quick for Ted. Those of you that watch his channel probably know what I'm talking about. I quite like his channel. He farms very conservatively. He doesn't do things just because it's the way that people do things. He thinks about it. He does things logically and with reason, which a lot of farmers on YouTube, a lot of them I see just doing stuff because that's just the way that people have done it for the last 100 years, and that's just the way they're going to keep doing it for. That's not the way to do it. So I'm going to dig a hole here quick. I don't know where my GoPro went flat. No. I'm going to have to just put you guys down because I need both my hands to dig a hole. I wonder if I couldn't balance here on this spreader's tire quick while I dig a hole here. Just already you can see that the swirl has got absolutely no structure to it already. Just by trying to lift it out the hole, it's just disintegrated into nothing. So there's no structure in the swirl whatsoever, as you can see. You can also see it's a very sandy soil, extremely sandy. It doesn't seem to have much organic matter in it. These are very acid soils around here, which means that they have a very low pH. We did put on 2 tons of lime. We'll have to put on more, but you can't put really more than 2 tons in a year. So the soil just breaks up basically into powder. There's really no structure. I see it could be a little bit more wet. I would like it to be a little more wet, but it's not bad. And I can't see one earthworm or anything like that. You can't see any earthworm eggs that I can see. I'm going to put you guys down for a second and just dig a little bit more. So there's the hole. So I'm just feeling right now, feeling like that. It's very soft, 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 and then right over there, it is a hard layer. So that's probably about as deep as what it was worked. And then just underneath where it's been worked, it's hard, like bloody hard. I mean, real hard. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear. I'm gonna put the phone in the hole, then I'm gonna tap, go down. I'm gonna put the phone in the hole, I'm gonna start tapping at the top, moving down, and hopefully when I hit that hard layer, you'll hear the difference of my fingers tapping against the side. So let's see if you can hear it. And there's a hard layer, then it goes away, it gets soft. As I go down, it gets harder. I don't know if you guys can pick that up on the phone. I can hear it with my ears. I can feel it on my fingers when I tap like that. There's a definite hard layer. So that indicates to me that this hasn't got very good calcium levels, which would cause it to be a bit, you know, more prone to compaction. It hasn't had roots very deep working that soil loose. It hasn't got, I don't think it has much organic matter, because when you have a lot of things like earthworms and moles, or when you have high organic matter, you have a lot of things like earthworms and moles, which move nutrients throughout, up and down the soil profile, as well as breaking up compaction. Like, hey, if your compaction gets too bad, you are going to have to put a ripper in there and do it manually. But a lot of the times you can actually get earthworms and moles to do that job for you. When I get home, I'm going to dig another hole, and I'll link that video and this one together and upload it, and so you guys can see the difference. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at home.
Okay, that's what you want, huh?
Yeah, that's quite soft.
Yeah. You see, even if it's dry, you should be able to get your spade infrastructure right.
Yeah, this is a lot quite soft.
See if you can bring it this hole out of what you can. Yeah, don't tip it, just keep it like that. Next, look at these, look at this nice earthworm here. Nice thick earthworm. So what I first do if I look at it, Jared, is I do feel down the profile to see if I'm finding a compaction layer here. And as you get down, you'd like a lot of aggregates. If you see how crumbly it is here,
yeah,
that's a lot of aggregates. And how it breaks on the void. Void is little fine cracks. Look at that earthworm there. And even quite deep here, it's also breaking quite easily in my hand. So you want good aggregates and you want good voids, and then you don't want to find a compaction layer. We still got ability here. There's a slight densification of the soil, but at least it breaks quite nicely on the voids, and you can see the roots going down. But in time, roots will also turn the deeper down into aggregates.
What's caused it to, you know, make these aggregates?
Structure. In other words, organic matter.
Organic matter.
And the more organic matter, the more your soil biology. The more your soil biology, the more the mucus that they give off, and it will help stick the aggregates together. So organic matter and soil biology will do that.
I dug a hole down there at our hired ground, there at that piece next to Moive. Yeah. And when I took it out the ground, obviously it was worked in disc, but it basically just collapsed into a heap of sand. There was nothing, you know. So there was it was just like a heap of sand.
Yeah. So it didn't have structure at all.
Nothing.
It didn't have organic. It's organic.
You
know, organic matter is the bottom line, is what you want. That the end is your goal. And we want to get the fertility right, that we can build enough mass above the ground, so we can get enough mass below the ground. Look at all these roots here. And then smell this.
And it's a lot more moist than.
Take and smell that onion. So you've got that deep smell. That is soil biology, especially bacteria and fungi, which is creating that smell. And that means life's there. And your earthworm was your indicator of soil life.
And moles obviously as well.
And they eat earthworms. But this is quite a nice smell.
So this is looking quite good for
Yeah. Look at this bottom piece. There's still a lot of potential here. For 50% of the soil must be able to hold air and water, and we're not there yet. But look here, you can see I can actually push your thumb. You've got more than 50%.
Yes, it's all loose as well. I mean, when I push the spade in, that first bit it just slides in quite
That's
easily.
right. So later on, as we get more mass above the ground and the roots go down and they die and grow, this will also become like that, which then increases the ability to hold water and air at the bottom here as well, and so on, and we just keep going at that.
Okay, thanks Philip. At least now I can check that out.
That smell's important because if you down there where you've got an anaerobic situation